Welcome back, folks, to ESL Pro League. One more game to go before Thursday concludes, and we have 2 more days of Pro League before the road to Odense is complete. Map 2, Train, that's where we're at, Heroic versus North. Map number 1, 16-12. It was very damn close, but Yugi pushes over the line with a beautiful no-scope. Alex, how you feeling?
Fine, mate. Feeling absolutely stellar, yeah. How about yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Enjoy the first map?
Yeah, pretty entertaining. Obviously, fairly fairly decent upset on the cards. Obviously, Heroic winning 16-12, and obviously, on paper, you're expecting North to decimate a team like that. But again, going back to the whole idea of domestic matchups, how it really changes the odds.
I mean, you know your opposition, right? You really do. To a bigger level than generally a lot of other teams usually would, because you play them so often. I mean, we talked about the head-to-head rating being 10-3 before these guys played. Yeah,
I feel like it had more of an effect, as I said before as well. I feel like it had more of an effect earlier on in Counter-Strike, where you played a lot more of your domestic lands, your local lands. You know, within Denmark, you'd go to your Copenhagen games and whatnot, and you'd really, you know, fight those teams, your opposition, your domestic matchups there. Nowadays, this game is so global. They're always international and tournaments about, so has less of a value, I feel like. But then again, obviously, the big rivalry going in, you really want to beat your domestic rivals in these matchups to prove that you're the second best, the third best team in your respective region. Yeah,
it's about becoming the kingpin of Denmark at the end of the day for these guys. That's really what the objective is. They want to reach the top, and in order to do that, kind of have to dethrone each other. In Heroic's case, North.
Yeah, and in North's case, Astralis, but nevertheless.
I mean, one of those things, isn't it?
Apples to oranges, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you want to talk about, mate?
Talk about the second map, Train. I mean, I'm expecting this B side to be quite interesting, just in the way that Heroic could approach it on their CT side.
All right, more specifically, how?
Whether they play it with a solo setup, whether they play it with a singular AWP, or really just kind of how they approach that. How aggressive they're going to be towards ramp or towards upper. I mean, sometimes you see AWPers be more confident in taking those upper peaks nowadays.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that one. For me, casting and seeing Heroic play the playing Train, it's always a bit of map they're a lot better on. I feel like their Train's potentially stronger than their Overpass.
Okay.
So could there be a worrying sign for North?
Maybe.
Who knows? But then again, you know, North are no strangers to a map like Train. It's one of the reasons why it's left in the map pool. Question going forward is right now for Heroic, can they try keep up that same level of performance?
Yeah, it's whether they're going to throw any kind of wrench into the works as well, catch North by surprise.
Ooh. Those are good odds. If you're betting people out there,
here we go.
So far, you know, I've probably made some people some good money today. I'm just saying. 1.4 for North, 2.75 for Heroic. I'd actually put money on North for this one. I'd, if I could, obviously, we're not allowed to bet. Put a cheeky tenner down on North. 1.4 odds, and I'll be walking away with £14.
Happy days.
Do you want to bet it right now, 10 quid? That North win?
I'm good.
You're not a betting man?
No, I'm not a betting man. I say that, and then I bet anyway, but it's all good.
What can I say?
What happens when you have a few beers in you? I mean, that's just you end up spending money on betting on boxing fights that you have no idea about. It's like the whole Twitter becoming boxing experts in the space of 10 minutes, basically. That's the story of me betting.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Definitely would. Oh, you don't actually bet at all, do you?
I don't bet anything.
You're like vehemently against betting.
No. It's just, you know, I'm not someone that likes risks.
Risks? Okay. Interesting. We'll have to find a way to put you in a risky situation, of course. Here we go. Map number 2. Kicking off. Train is going to be where we find ourselves, and I'm hoping at this point that we get into it. Otherwise, I've started my intro now. We're dragging on a little bit. There we go. Production on the ball. Live into the pistol. North on that CT side. Heroic over on that T side. And it's Kevlar pretty much all round, while Cajun B is smoke and CZ.
First round to the final map of the day. North starting their CT side defense. It will be Cajun B with the smoke and CZ actually, so no defuse kit.
Ooh, Valde very early on taking some contact. Config and S-Tag both going to exchange kills. Config at it again with another before backing off, leaving just Snappy and Yugi now. All the information at this point in the hands of North, but Snappy still the surprise element being just how damaging that Glock can be at close range.
3 versus 2 now, making it a 2 versus 2. Yugi towards Ivy will find that frag. And now leaves Cajun B in a bit of a muddle where he has the CZ and smoke, but they're lacking the defuse kit just in case his bomb does go down.
If all he does is wait right now, then he's made the right decision. He can just spot Yugi, his exit. Don't give any more opportunities up to Heroic. I mean, Snappy pushing through connector, finds Daisy. That's a risk in itself, but thankfully the bomb is going to be dropped just as expected. Cajun B, nice and patient. And the reward is now that Snappy's forced to run over. Meanwhile, gives a lot more freedom to AZ. They're trying to trap Snappy. The push.
1 versus 1 now. Yeah, 1 versus 1 now. Cajun B has no Kevlar, just a CZ. Has to land a nice shot here. Onto Snappy, and because Snappy jumps around the corner as well, it gives time for that CZ to work its close range magic. North picking up the pistol. 1-0 so far on the CT side. And no bomb plan as well for Heroic, which means likely scenario for Heroic go for the force buy. And actually, Yugi as well going to be going for the buy. alongside his team. So typically you'd see the AWPer go for a save, or if the AWPer gets the frag and it's 1.8k, he buys the Deagle, goes down to 1.1k, which means he can still buy AWPer to the first buy round. Instead, 4 sets of Kevlar, a scout as well for SC tag, so a 5-man force buy from Heroic as they double down essentially as they go all in for this second round.
Not a gambling man, but big up on the terminology. As North look for their second. Heroic waiting patiently for their chances, and Nico will find the head of MSL. Beginning to build their way out on towards the site itself. Looking good. Nico doing a bit more damage. Now they're down to 40 HP. Then gets aggressive. Snappy spraying away, but it actually pays off. Bomb ticking. North trying to get themselves going on this retake. They've lost all tempo.
3 versus 4 now for the retake. No kits for the CT side, so the longer that Heroic can deny them any chance of defuse, the higher chance that Heroic have to claim this.
It's all falling to pieces. Heroic, they were looking good, but it's crumbling at a moment's notice. Modi, the last man standing. Cajun B to find the trade. It's a long defuse, but a defuse nonetheless that'll put North 2-0 up in this game.
As the bomb will be defused, we head into round number 3. Bomb planted for Heroic and also 3 kills found. There's an argument now to go for a force buy. You could do if you wanted to. Obviously, once the reinvestments come in for North, you'll see how low the money will go to. So, the buys come in, and look at that. Only players that can buy into the next round, or should I say player, will be Config, and at that he'll only have 3.4k, so one of the arguments to go for the force buy when only 1 or 2 players survive for North, when you know the money's low as well, is if you win that round, you reset the money, you get big lead in terms of momentum, but not only that, you break the money, you force ecos, you force low buys, and you get back into this one. Nevertheless, though, for North, there will be no force buy opposition. Instead, it's just going to be Deagles, the CZ for SC tag, but no Kevlar for their opposition.
The smoke to bloom, leaving Nico no opportunity but to move out towards Heaven now. Of course, hoping for that chance, a simple 1-deeg. The early kill for Heroic, that sets them off on the right foot forward. Of course, the rest of the team all working their way out on towards A. You've got the double pop dog set up to look above these trains. Got the likes of Yugi moving out towards that old famous Ola spot, towards the side of those trains. Meanwhile, a bit of damage is going to be done. Modi actually sneaking in the kill, but not much more. If the trade does exist, the North, they still control the bulk of the map.
4 versus 4. KGB spots out the player towards lower. Nico will be taken down as well. Modi goes for the duel versus the M4 with no Kevlar. Obviously not a fight people don't really want to be taken, as it will be Snappy now last alive. He's going to try to get an extra kill onto one of the players from North, and instead it will be 4 players surviving for North. As now they have $3,000-ish across the board, but not before the AWP is bought for KGB. And now the first buy round of this final map of the night here, Ryan. First map going in favour of Heroic. North want to try and bounce back and go 1-for-1 as a bare minimum tonight. Let's see if they can manage to pull that one off. 5 AKs for Heroic. As I said before, they went for a 5-man force buy, so no AWP for Yugi just yet. The thing is, well, a map like Train, that AWP is crucial.
It's probably the biggest part about the map. You ask someone one word that comes hand in hand with Train, they're always going to say the AWP. Yeah, the AWP is so powerful on a map like Train as well, just because of the long-ranged angles towards outside, even towards the B side as well. On your T side, you can go for the lower pick. If you find the lower pick, then suddenly you can hold the rotations towards connector, right? If you have your AWPer on the ramp, the B ramp, holding connector, it's very easy to find those frags and to deny any rotations into the site from North. If you have your AWP up a good spawn, you can go for the cross towards Pop Dog. And speaking of Pop Dog, Easy and MSL, they chime together and find 2 frags. 5 versus 3 as now Heroic are forced back onto their back heels. Very uncomfortable situation. Heroic, not too much they can do here. The bomb's stuck in just such an awkward angle for Nico to have to fight up against. He's going to drop down just to smoke, and maybe we'll hop on into it with a flash. But that's a tough play. MSL there, ready and waiting. AZ along with him. No one can escape. A reckoning blow with this North lineup. Not a single player lost. With only 1 left for Heroic, it is not looking good. Yugi, of course, the man in play. Hungry to see if he can find maybe MSL, but it's too close to call. We don't even get to see it. As North will make it happen. 4-0, not a single loss. And an early pause from Heroic.
Yeah, I like it when teams go for the pauses early on. Don't allow the opposition to gain too much of an advantage in terms of round, but also momentum. and money. As we head into round number 5, it's only $3,000 for Heroic, which means they will be going for the quality buy. They can afford CZ Kevlar. After considering this round as well, they will have the maximum round loss bonus, $3,400 after each round they lose. So they can buy down to 1.8k, 1.7k, whatever they really want to go to. If they want to as well, Yugi can afford an AWP to the next buy round if he just saves above 2,000. And with that AWP, how does he want to play it? He's very good at getting those first kills for Heroic. He's very good as well in the mid-round and the afterplants. Very versatile AWP and player. So, is he going to be trying to go for the pick towards outside? Is he going to be using the AWP for map control where you take the AWP towards alley, you hold right side, you hold left side of alley, and you allow your riflers to push up? Or you peek with the AWP, you see there's no one there towards alley, you allow your riflers to cross, and then they can throw their smokes towards alley, Molotov as well, towards backline, and you take control of it. Or is he going to try to go for the picks towards team main, try and challenge KGB towards green train or towards connector?
A lot of decisions will have to be made, and that'll be, I think, an evolving thought throughout the game, really, over the peaks that he does take. Meanwhile, of course, he's just these Eagles still. Stag hoping for that chance. Just too slow. Config eating 2 players up. Snappy, good position, but AZ clocks onto that. Takes him down. Valde, just another punishing blow, dished out by the Famous. Leaving North 5-0 up. And finally, the big one for Heroic.
5-0 and Heroic still going to go for the AWP. This might telegraph for me the fact that Heroic want to go for an execution to this round. They know the KGB's AWPing towards outside. They can go for a wall of smokes, get the bomb down, try to play an afterplant scenario. Or they want to go for a pincer move. What I like to call that is 2 towards Pop Dog, 1 towards team main, 2 towards alley. Take control of alley, take control of Pop Dog, show presence towards B at the start of the round. Just like this. And then you rotate back towards Pop Dog, or you rotate back towards team main. And then from that, you split the A site from Pop Dog, from team main, and from alley. And you force the north side to bend, essentially under so much pressure from all the angles you are peeking from. But then again, one of the things you can also do with the AK is you can play a much faster tempo round, and that being an execution. And then again, this AWP would be so crucial if they had an AWP holding connector for the execution right now.
Waiting to see what smokes they were lining up, and it seems like they've not even gone for the wall, just a basic con smoke. Feel like something is missing. There's kill after kill. It's just a simple exchange. Estak starting to step up in a time of need. Could do with a kill on Valde, but struggles. The Famous does overwhelm. The defensive smokes by North doing wonders as they get themselves in every position they need. Valde taking down Eco. Yugi with a quick trade once again, but it is just him in a 1 versus 2 to try and make this happen.
Definitely winnable though when you consider the fact that Valde is only on 8 HP. So flashbang, we'll flash down lower. I'm going to go for the peek with it as well. Spots out KGB with the AWP.
The molly. Actually quite useful here. Allows him to potentially zone off a player if he needs. Or block off an area of the map. Problem is he peeks into the crosshair of KGB, and just like that, it's a do-or-die game that North will continue to win. 6-0 up.
Yeah, this is strange. This is really strange from Heroic. Why wouldn't you buy the AWP in that scenario? Even if you're going towards the B site, okay, the reason the AWP is so strong at B is because you can do the one-way smoke down lower, and that one-way smoke gives your AWP a field of vision over the smoke towards connector, and suddenly you deny all rotations via connector. Usually guaranteed 1 or 2 kills. But instead, they're going for the 5 AK buy. Obviously, this time they wanted the money for the AWP, but last one they did, so obviously Heroic knows something I don't. And I want to see what that difference is. What is it that they're trying to gain from the 5 AK setup? As right now, they're lacking the utility right now. No more smokes left. Only 1 flashbang. They
come pushing out on towards A. They've got the boost from MSL, which is a perfect read. He does get cut down by Modi, which adds a little bit of spice into the round. Repeak after repeak. Suddenly shots are missing. Modi, Snappy, both combining. Just like that, S-Tag finishes Config off. And Heroic, out of nowhere, speed things up on towards A, and it all works out.
Yeah. Speaking of speeding things up, you have to speed up that round when you have such low utility. You don't have the smokes to play a slow-paced round, you know, take control of the map, take control of alley, take control of Pop Dog, take control of B, do a fake smoke towards heaven, do you know what I mean? Do fakes and all these things. Instead, they have to up the tempo. They go for a high-octane rush towards outside. They catch the player boost up towards connector off guard. They catch KGB off guard towards green train, and then suddenly that opens up the round for themselves.
I hate to be that guy, but the reset potential is looming over the heads of Heroic right now.
Definitely.
The axe is right there. Begins to move. Yugi and AZ both will clash at each other's heads. Things beginning to take place as Heroic set themselves back up towards this B site. For now, just one player. Valde has to defend it.
Yeah, Valde low HP actually. Going to fall back and try to play for information. If he gets a wild time peek, he will find one. Snappy goes down. 4 versus 3.
Staying crouched,
oh,
creeping.
So smart.
So much value out of that one player's position as everyone else funnels out of connector. Valde still standing. Kill off Modi on the site itself, leaving just Nico. Try and survive in a 1 versus 4. An absolute onslaught. Smokes come through. Nico tapping down Config. So far, so good. Valde on the bomb. Now he's so low that a spray could be disastrous, but Cajun B posted on the angle with the AWP solidifies things. Heroic. Absolutely destroyed. Look at everything they're going to have to do here. This force-up is so tough.
That was so well played by Valde. Gets a wild time peek towards Heaven, finds the first frag. Usually you'd fall back, you'd wait for your teammates. Instead, he jumps up onto the barrel, jumps into the Heaven, crouches to the left side. He knows there's someone towards Default, someone towards Oil Train, someone towards Summit. Wouldn't be able to see him. So he crouches in, he catches that Default player off guard, and at that point it's a 4 versus 1. Nevertheless, the force play will come to fruition now for Heroic. If they lose this round, it goes 8-1. North play versus Eco. We could very easily be looking at a 9-1 scoreline on the cards here with how things have gone so far in this first round, first half even. But into this current round, it will be 3 CZs for Heroic, 2 AKs as well for Snappy and Yugi. They have good utility. Are we going to be seeing an execution towards the A site? A fast set of smokes towards A, and with that, fast play out of Pop Dog.
Utility beginning to be expanded. The Molly going right in towards Pop. Smoke to follow right on up. Cajun B dishing out one, peeks for a second, looks for a third. All he's got to do is land his shots, and the site is his. 1, 2, 3, make that 4. Cajun B, an absolute tear right now as he opens up the A site push from Heroic right before shutting it down again. 8-1. Heroic still yet to even get going.
Easy frags found there. Onto a green train. Left peak, left, right. Good night, essentially. As it will be 8-1, and as I said before, the Eco are going to be coming out for Heroic, so high chance for a 9-1 scoreline. Another round as well for Heroic, where they can, for North, where they can build cash to play versus an Eco. Low firepower against themselves. So, have 4 or 5 stay alive, play out a clean round. Deny yourself losing weapons, deny the rebuy, deny the drops, and keep your money high, keep your money afloat so you can buy for the rest of the half.
Oh, fortunate timing for AZ. The push does kill on in. Kill after kill. Blow after blow, it all falls into the palms. As North will make simple work of Heroic.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call that one fortunate. As he pulls out the grenade, they come out more like unfortunate. But what's unfortunate right now for Heroic is a 9-1 scoreline, an 8-round deficit. As we head into the 11th, it will be the AWP once more for Cajun B, of course. He's been wreaking havoc against his domestic rivals. 13-1 is his scoreline. 1 death so far. Yeah, and that says a lot for the money as well. Only 1 death, which means this AWP, the most expensive gun in the game, hasn't been out of commission. It hasn't been dropped. It hasn't been forced to be rebought.
Interesting play from North. They've taken pop control very early on. Of course, Heroic, if they're aware of that, may well look to counter that with some Ivy aggression or something of the sort. Was Modi lining up the same Molotov to deal with that close player. Doesn't really have too much of an impact though. Config, meanwhile, aware of the bush? No. Estag go to capitalize on that. A simple headshot. Into an advantage to drop down Pop, meanwhile, not the play you needed. And that puts right back to a 4 versus 4. Cajun B starting to strike on in. Nico able to secure himself a quick trade, doing even more as he sprays through the smoke. Snappy stealing away the kill, but AZ to play around it nonetheless, leaving just Valde.
1 versus 2. Molotov, no smoke to try to go for smoke defuse, but he does have this fuse kit. Coming in now towards him, and finds the first frag. He knows that Nico's towards the default position of the site. Chucks out the Molotov. As it comes down to the 1 versus 1, spots him going back towards Old Bomb. And there you have it. Double digits now for North as they will go 10-1 up.
This may be such a simple answer. You may even flat out say I'm incorrect here, but the Molly play there towards the right side of train, certainly it feels like for me, played a part in obscuring his vision, just making things hard to look through the flames.
I actually, for Valde, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what happens with Molotovs is, the closer you are to a Molotov, the better your vision is over it, right? So one of the things you would see is Fallen peek towards A long, where he would molly out A long on cobblestone, peek over that Molotov. He has better vision versus the opposition's AWPer. There's a lot of scenarios where you use the Molotovs to peek over to your advantage, and yes, obviously, he could say that Molotov wasn't very effective for his vision, but then again, it was like cancelling out things, right? He cancels out the fact that NiKo can't be towards the right side site, so he knows he's behind this site or towards Old Bomb, one of those two.
I agree. I think it's a good molly. I was just curious to see if you would agree that it has that impact of being able to just look over through the flames, and if you can spot someone out through a molly, well, it's a huge, huge reward. Nonetheless, the play towards A. It's already beginning to somewhat struggle for Heroic. Snappy at least wandering out towards B, does find himself a kill. MSL being tested, but surviving. Up until now. Asian B. Oh, what a flick.
Where's the AWP here from the T side? Where's the AWP to hold the connector rotates? But nevertheless, hopefully these questions get answered later on because there's still a round to be played out. 3 HP for Snappy, 51 for Yugi. There's a good drop and a good well-played time push from Snappy. Will eventually get traded out there by Config. Comes in from CT, gets those final 2 frags, and once again another 1 versus 2 for North. 11-1, and everything has gone in their way.
Without Snappy, I mean, what even is that round? He gets 4 kills there. He's 12-11.
What more can he do?
I mean, yeah, that really is a fair statement. What more can Snappy do in those scenarios? Like, it's 11-1. Heroic just haven't got it going, and I do think, as much as we're kind of harping on about it, as much as it gets a little repetitive, the AWP is a valid point because they have had the opportunities to buy it, and they've chose not to.
Yeah, you know, they're the ones getting paid for this game. They obviously know more than me. They have a much better opinion on this game, so there's obviously something they want to be changing up. Maybe they're practicing their T side with the AKs. Who knows? Then again, it's a big risk to take if you want to be taking chances like that when, as you said before, the top 6 is very close. Each team can potentially make it to the LAN finals, and they all have something to play for.
Well, North right now, they're in 4th. So this win means a lot to them. It's simple points.
Exactly. Exactly. So will be 4 players staying alive, but then again, the money, you can see there, 12,000 for KHB with the AWP. Only died 3 times out of the 13 rounds that have been played out.
So it's just come to mind before we get into this. If North win this game, let's say, 16-3 or whatever, think of the round difference as well.
Of course.
That plays a big part.
Of course it does. When the head-to-head matches go up, round difference is definitely a big factor. 12-1. And speaking of round differences, it is a 11-round deficit for Heroic going forward. The T-side train. Finally, we see the AWP, but the problem is, you know, is it 12 rounds too late? How is he going to utilize the AWP? There's so much pressure on you right now to try and have a phenomenal round. Let's see what he can do.
Smoke Execute going to be coming out on towards the A site. North starting to use their own utility to try and hold them back. Meanwhile, Modi does the walkout play towards B. Cajun B knows what's up, drops the bomb. The bomb goes first. They're peeking into Cajun B. Not like this. NiKo with a crispy tap to at least cut him down. Snappy responding, but MSL, the spray down play, the double kill to leave NiKo in a 1 versus 3. AZ 16 HP. MSL 75. 2 players to find. It's a tough scenario. MSL with the triple kill. The brains stepping up for North. Yeah, but also the brawn.
At what point do you mentally tap out for Heroic? You've played a very long game versus NIP, 25-21 as you said. You've played the best of 2 early on the mainstream. Now you've played that game where you won that overpass matchup. At what point do you mentally tap out and say, okay boys, you know, enough's enough, get me to bed?
It's tough, right? It really is tough, but I understand the fatigue point, I really do, but I'm also that guy that goes, you know what? There's a lot on the line for this game. It might just be online Counter-Strike, but there is a lot on the line.
So, 13-1, 12-round advantage for North. And the issue is, what do you change if you are Heroic? It's
you haven't got time to change anything. You've got 1 more round to play.
Okay, obviously. Is this game as good as done? Probably. You know, the best that Heroic can ask for is a 13-2 half. But what can they change? You know, if we're theory crafting what they can change, what they can go back to, when they go back on the draw board and go over the demo and think about what they could change. You know the Molotovs where you molly out, you do the double molly towards Pop Dog?
Yeah.
That could have been used.
Even the double stack pop just to drop onto each other, get that early kill, contest the control.
I think the biggest thing for me is similar to Connector and Overpass. Drop control is so vital for both these teams. If Heroic have control of Pop Dog, they can then exit. They can then do a fake towards B, go back towards the A site very fast via Pop Dog, and they force the CTs back onto the site as well.
I think it's just more to shut down these AWPs. So we're seeing it here. Config, he's just going to work wonders now, surprising them with the AWP presence towards Ivy. Cajun B doing his thing again. I mean, I'd love to see exactly how many kills Cajun B actually has right now, because I imagine it's some ridiculous number. They are 19-4. I mean,
it's like Christmas for you.
This is a lot.
You ask and you shall receive. It's been a long day, boys. 14-1 is going to be the scoreline unless Modi puts us on Reddit, but he won't do. 14-1, and will their second half be shorter than this break?
Oh, welcome back, folks. Heroic versus North, 14-1 is the scoreline you've just joined us on. And well, you may have just joined us, but you might also about to just leave us, really, because it's looking right at the very end. It's banking on Heroic taking the pistol, or the game could well be over there and then.
Pretty sure it's already over. Then again, you know, have we seen 41 comebacks? Potentially. But it will be an uphill battle from the start for Heroic. Smoke, defuse kit from Tag, and apart from that, forces the Kevlar for the CT side on their CT side defense on train. And for North, of course, Cajun B and AZ buying up the utility as the smokes and the flashes rain in as the Glocks try to wreak havoc close range.
Snappy tapping away, but nothing is landing. Modi trying desperately to field a pick. Actually getting the second headshot on Cajun B, looking so hard for a third, but finally will pull on through. Config, close range, causing a bit of a problem, but Nico will cut him down. Heroic, they find the pistol.
Big 4K from Modi towards Heaven. Will deny any aggression towards a main or pop dog from North, as they will be delaying, potentially the inevitable. 14-2 and a 12-round advantage still for the side of North after losing the second half pistol. It will be 5 to Eagles. And not the force buy. You can see they're not going to get overzealous here. They're not going to get overconfident. They're going to try and get this one finished as soon as possible, because one of the issues you see sometimes is when the teams have massive leads, they go for the force buy, time and time again, thinking, okay, close it out now. And they give opportunity for the other team. And you can see where, for North, they understand that. Take a few rounds to the chin, play it slow, we'll win it in the buy rounds.
Yeah, basically is going to be the game plan at this point. I mean, your face when you saw the round go that way really said 1,000 words. Just, nope, it's not going to happen, 100%. We'll have to see.
We'll see. I've been wrong many times before. I'll hold my hands up. Nevertheless,
42 though, so it's a fair judgment, I think.
Yeah. 5 versus 2. MSL and AZ trying to see if they can get some exit kills. But unfortunately, only one player being taken out of the server from Heroic. 4 players surviving. As now Heroic will be, North will now be on their eco. After just going for the Deegan investment, no Kevlar, no utility, as they kept it light, meaning they can have more utility than the next buy round. That might mean they go for a wall of smokes or an AWP onto Cajun B as $3,000, so we will get 2.4k, plus the 3,000 he already has, so that's 5.4k, enough for the AWP and Kevlar. So, North, just try to get this round over with as fast as possible, really.
Using the smoke to cross on over towards the upper side of B. Meanwhile, Modi going to be contemplating advancing up the ladder. For now, just going to be using it as a chance to spot out what is coming. Nico, meanwhile, just tucked in off the back of Spindle, just waiting to see if anyone will come up towards ramp, which they will be. Cajun B, of course, going to be leading the charge, not completely blind. Nico dropping into his arms, and just like that, the angel from above will gift Heroic their 4th round.
14-4, and it's still a 10-round advantage for North. Let's see if Heroic can silence the critics and win the first fire out of the second half. Reset the money from North. Try to get back into this one slowly but surely. The problem is, you know, you make one mistake, you force match point. You make 2 mistakes, you lose the matchup. So still heavily favored in terms of North. But then again, we've seen some incredible things with Counter-Strike. Let's see if we can see something else tonight, as it will be the up for Cajun B. 4 AKs as well as North want to be getting the job finished and done. Config and Valde, both with grenades, are not expecting the push.
Tool on timing, the jump boost comes on over. Tag spots him out, finds one, goes for the second, and then you have it, a double kill. Does he push around for the bomb? That's a question in itself. Modi, meanwhile, dueling up towards the tip of Pop Dog. Pushes down MSL to 68 HP. Meanwhile, AZ is going to open up this B site. That is problematic as it starts to pull away all the defenses. Look at the entire map right now. Heroic completely giving up control.
Yeah, AZ dies as well, gives up control of the B bomb site. 2 versus 4 now. Bomb towards Ali, a minute left on the clock, so there's still a chance for North into this round. If Cajun B can try work his up towards outside, try and find an opening towards the A site. Only issue is the A site can be rather tedious, where there's so many nooks and crannies for the CTs to hide towards the site, towards in between the trains and whatnot. Nevertheless, though, will be round about 19. 45 seconds left, 4 versus 2 as the bomb comes Ali. See if Tag can get the job done and finish this one off.
MSL, unfortunately, being taken down by Tag. Does pretty much already conclude this. It is Cajun B up against 4. He's got 30 seconds. Chance is so incredibly slim. He does take down Tag, but again, it's all about preservation at this point. Keeping that AWP alive.
That's the thing. Can they try salvage the AWP into the next round? Unfortunately, they won't. 5-14, as Heroic have now strung together a few rounds in a row. But let's see, to round number 20 will be the quasi-buy coming up from North. They've now lost 4 rounds in a row, so they will have the maximum round loss bonus. So, 3.4k, they can afford CZ, careful, a light utility going forward. They can even go for an execution, maybe towards the B side, smoke down lower. Smoke out heaven, try swarm this side. But then again, we're about to find out there will be smokes towards outside. Let's see if they can get the bomb plant down and how that will factor in later on. As they have careful onto a few players, if they can try and find a weapon, an M4 or an AK from Molly towards Electric, try and see if they can back it up.
Well, the flash is unfortunately not quite good. Literally a matter of 2 seconds, and Heroic will just easily take the round. Giving North not really too much to play with there, of course, but now much different. The EWP, the 4 rifles back in play, just like that.
Just like that indeed. 8 rounds still, though, behind for Heroic. So, another buy round going to be coming out from North. 4 AKs, AWP again for KGB. Already on 22 kills after just 21 rounds being played out. It will be the AWP from Yugi. Let's see how this is going to favour. It will be the play close towards B round from Nico. You were asking me in the pre-face before this matchup, Flakes, that how will it favour in terms of aggression, and I think Monty's going to answer it. Flash comes in towards Team N, gets the first 2 kills, but he was eventually traded out by KGB. Valde as well chimes in, 3 versus 3.
Once again, back in an even round now. Snappy moving away from Ivy. Crucial because Valde, he's ongoing hunting. Oh, the timing allows Snappy to take that kill. Yugi, same storyline for him now with the CZ. It could be so fruitful. Basically shut down the round before it even gets going. As he spots KGB, taps on away, the bomb to be dropped. Easy. Likely hurt out towards E-Box. Let's creep on around. Let's find himself a headshot, but this should be just too close. And that's the case. Heroic up to 7. Starting to make good progress here.
So, is this comeback actually surmountable? A very well-timed flashbang towards Team A. Monty catches off 2 players there, gets the 4 versus 3 advantage for his team. Still, speaking of advantages, it will be a 7-round advantage for North, nevertheless, as we go into round number 22. Again, another quasi-buy. So for Heroic right now, really, they're only 3 or 4 buy rounds behind. When you consider the fact that each buy round they win, they force out a pistol buy from North. Essentially, it's a 2-for-1. It's like a penny sale, right? You get the win versus the buy round, you force out a weak buy from North, 2-for-1 here on Train. So can Heroic win these 3 buy rounds to bring it back, or will they let it slip versus the pistols?
Well, I guess now we're going to find out. The smoke to be thrown, the push comes in, 2 players go charging their way up through heaven. Valde coming close and personal, will pick himself up a rifle. Meanwhile, Nico dinked down to 6 HP. Valde just collapsing on them, playing together hand in hand. Yugi at range with the AWP. But there's a problem. The fact the bomb has gone down. That starts to really just put a bit of friction for Heroic. They have to get going, and that AWP starts to lose its value. And look at Cajun B. I mean, that's a position that really says it all. You don't need to ask any questions or explain it. And then Monty checks it. Okay, that's interesting. Valde still equalizes things back to a 2-for-2. Monty going to get up on top of the white trade. Swings out nice and wide. Valde going to force us full circle back to a 1v1. Yugi hungry with the CZ. Should be able to lock it down.
We'll have time for the defuse as well. So 14-8. Heroic are currently answering all of our questions and silencing the critics as they are bringing this one back slowly but surely. 6 rounds behind now. From a 14-1 half, they've won 7 in a row. At what point do we see a pause being called by MSL as he wants to try and recalibrate the T side and get that final round win? Guarantee OT, get the 2nd round win, closest to 1 round regulation. And now the answer to what Snappy expects from MSL will be the double AWP setup. Is he expecting a fast contact play towards outside? Is he expecting a heavy play, heavy presence towards alley? Or simply, will Snappy be AWPing towards heaven, expecting that North give away that first kill there?
Nico. Oh, this could be beautiful. 2 players, their back turn. There's one, goes for the second. Easy. The 180 flick in the back of the head.
1 HP as well. So close to getting that 2K spray down. Then again, the bomb is towards Pop Dog. Easy still outside B. You then have KG with the AWP towards team main. And then Valde lurking towards alley. And it seems like Valde is about to meet some contact with Esitag if Esitag keeps trying to force the aggression towards alley. Minute left on the clock here. The bomb is towards Pop Dog. So let's see. What is the call going to be now that Valde has been dropped by Esitag towards alley? Are they going to go back towards the B site? And it seems like they will be. as it will be a 4 versus 3 with 50 seconds left on the clock and the bomb going towards the B bomb. So they have decent utilities towards. They can smoke down lower and try execute and flash their way into B.
Flash comes out. Occasion posting up or lower. Snappy did take down AZ. The cross is likely to be held by Occasion B. The shot was whistling right past his ear. A nice flick to Snappy. Getting away with just 23 HP, but Modi playing so perfectly from above. No hope for North. That's heroic. Get themselves their 9th.
Here's the pause I was expecting. MSL, what is he going to try and change? You haven't really been seeing a default being called by North. It seems like they always have an agenda at the start of the round. Or even if they're calling the defaults, they're getting caught off guard from the aggression, right? Modi being flashed in towards T main, or Nika pushing towards ramp, finding 2 players off guard. At what point do we see a slow default from North? I think one of the things MSL might be saying is stop giving up the first kill. Hold your angles, hold your positions, play setups if you have to, play counter flash setups if you have to. But just don't give away that first kill and we will win this game.
That's really what it comes down to. I mean, when you look at the scoreline, it is so simple. 2 rounds for North. That's not a huge ask. For a team like North, that should be so simple. But the more they get knocked down, the harder this will get for them. Especially for Heroic, a team right now who are definitely going to be thriving on the idea they can bring this back. Bear in mind, they got 1 close comeback attempt already in the back today against NIP.
Well, they have
sure, it got foiled.
They have nothing to lose. This is the thing. Fear the man with nothing to lose instead of everything to gain. 9 to 14, 5 rounds separating these 2 teams as Heroic winning 8 on the trot. Now as they slowly bring this one back within touching distance. But now the first kill goes in favor of North. Is this the end?
This sets us up for an interesting point. Yugi not going to get his shot off. Snappy, meanwhile, pushing out. Does find himself the close range pick. Doesn't look behind him, though, for the bomb carrier. That means he'll be caught off guard. That UMP eating him up from below. The switchback play from North as they all get themselves in their positions. Nico able to at least capitalize on MSL. He's going to head towards E-Box. Occasion B takes down Nico towards Pop. North 15. You click your fingers and Config takes down Yugi. It's just so blisteringly fast.
Indeed it is. 15 to 9 now. As it will be 6 match points for North into the final map of the day as we go into round number 25. Obviously for Heroic, after claiming 8 rounds in a row, they can still buy up into this one. Double off setup again for Snappy and Yugi. 3 M4s as well to boot and see if they can try and reset North, because suddenly we may be having a game on our hands. If they can make it 10 to 15, force North onto a weak buy like a 2 AKs, 3 UMPs, weak utility buy, win that one 11 to 15. Then suddenly Nico comes out from North, 12 to 15, and then we're in touching distance between these 2 teams.
Down to the wire. A game that could become anything. Nico pushing up. Not getting any information just yet on the position of AZ. Well, that sound cue may be a dead giveaway. The duel to be taken. Nico to walk away on 19 HP. And a kill richer for his team.
Once again, the man advantage for Heroic. I said before for MSL, he's probably saying, stop giving away the first frag. And unfortunately, North have done it here. AZ will be taken down once again towards the B portion of the map. As Nico goes for another world-time push, this time towards Heaven instead of ramp. But Conflict trying to make a push of his own, see if he can catch SA Tag off guard towards Green Train.
It's a tough angle to fight this. You have to play it so well, and realistically, you're looking for that pre-aim. You get yourself your crosshair in the right place at the right time, you can be quick enough to land that shot. There's a thinly veiled chance. You can win that duel. Modi, meanwhile, double kill, not looking good. Conflict does land the flick. Cajun B opening up on towards Modi. And Nico on the site, he may be low, but he's still hitting his shots. Leaving Yugi to go up and above. For dropping on down, killing him off with the pistol.
Reset for North. They have over $2,000, so they can save this one, Ryan. I thought that might be worse, but then again, getting the bomb plants down, their money wasn't actually as awful as presumed. So they can eco this one fully, just have Glocks. They can even wait in T-spawn if they want to save a pause, discuss what the issues are right now, discuss what they want to change. The only one round they've won is the round where they didn't give away their first kill. Going into the next bar round, they cannot afford to start each and every round with a deficit.
For now, they're going to charge that on towards that B site. Into the arms of Nico. Valde. It's too much for him. Unfortunately, the full damage, not really too good. But hey, it is what it is. A quick round, and that's exactly what it should be. Heroic up to 11, of course, just as predicted. And this is the one that really means something now for North, because if they drop this, then we're back at square one. You know, potentially back at something like 15-12, 15-13.
Precisely. As you said there, I mean, if North concede this one and it goes 12-15, they force onto another eco, quasi buy 13-15, and then suddenly it's all to play for. So once again, double up setup from Snape and Yugi, as they will be sending both the Zorbs towards outside.
The confidence on Eco to go up again in the way that he has done. Has a sound cue from AZ, knows fully what's going on, playing to the edge of the smoke, starts to rattle away the shots. No one there to trade, goes for 2, looking for 3, finally shut down, but it's too damn late. Config at least getting a kill for his troubles, but you're already in a 3v4. You've gained absolutely nothing. We're barely 30 seconds or so into the round.
They will be committing though towards the B site. One of the early rotation in, catches one player off guard, gets the frag onto Config, and it's a 4 versus 2.
Valde taking him down, Wood should be able to get himself a simple plant. Frag grenade says otherwise. It's all on Cajun B. Makes it a 1v2. Snappy, nice and close. Spotted by Cajun B. Surely spotted. Please tell me he spotted him. He may well have no idea. Spots out the head. Oh, excruciatingly close. 7 HP is all that he has. Knows the position of Yugi. It's a 1v3 clutch to push North over the line. Waiting. So patiently, Yugi's going to peek into it. The tap comes out, the shot doesn't land. The high flash soon to follow, tries to cross back, leaves himself blind. Running to the distance. Could double back towards B or head down pop towards A. It's a battle of who can get there first. Yugi going to be sticking it out on the B site, not expecting this sort of play. Leaving the bomb to go down on that A site. And Cajun B to potentially get himself in a good afterplant.
Exactly. There's so many angles where he can just hide, wait for Yugi, lacking a smoke to tap the bomb, face into his back, and even though he's on 7 HP, he should be getting the drop on Yugi here.
Another flash to play with, but Yugi does have the kit. The AWP not ideal, but he's keeping the pistol out for a reason. He knows Cajun B is 7 HP. One shot is all it takes. As the bomb ticks on down, the fate of Heroic hangs in the balance. The defuse being baited. Cajun B sneaking around. Just like that, it is over. Cajun B, the 1 versus 3 clutch. To push North 16-11 over the line in the second map of tonight.
And there you have it. 16-11, as you said. A 14-1 first half in favor of North versus their domestic rivals. And we're expecting, okay, this game is as good as done. But then suddenly there was a second win, a second burst of life from the side of Heroic, where they felt like, we're not down and out, we can still bring this one back. But eventually they're taken down, and the beast was tamed. So very strong showing regardless, though, from Heroic. Obviously, they had the 6-map loss streak, as you said before, coming into this best of 2. They claimed the win on Overpass 16-12. They had a fairly competitive game versus the likes of MSL's North. But nevertheless, this is the problem for Heroic. They can see this is a victory going 1-for-1, but for North, they're going to be upset and potentially disappointed only getting that 1 win tonight on Train. Yeah, and the round difference as well wasn't as good as it could have been.
They threw away a really good chance to pull away with just a huge amount of round difference alone, but there's so much more that goes into it. I mean, I think you have to give a lot of credit to the mental fortitude of Heroic. They showed it twice tonight now, once against NIP, where they tried to make the comeback happen. I think they brought it back to 16-9 from 12-3 half. Not quite as big as this, but still, it's good to see Heroic with that resilience.
Yeah, I mean, long-term mental fortitude is one of the biggest strengths that this team has, and it definitely showed tonight. And even though they were 14-1 down, they still believe, potentially, you know, maybe not at the time, but they thought, okay, lads, we may as well give this one a swing, give this one a try. And they're trying to bounce back into it. And look at the aggression, the confidence from Nico, knowing that there's nothing to lose. If you die, if you throw away the round, who cares? It's a 14-1, you may as well take your risks, take your chances, and try a lot going forward. So, at least it was a competitive game.
Yeah, at least it came down to the wire. That's the sort of Counter-Strike we love to see. But folks, that is all from us tonight. It's been an incredible day of CS. But there's only really one more topic for us to delve into. This one I don't think you're even going to be prepared for, Snots, but I want to talk about ESCA, of course, the company that provide us all the wonderful servers and everything you play on. Of course, if you want to become a better CSGO player and play on some pretty sick servers, then go down to play.esca.net to get yourself access, of course, to what is the premier plugging experience. There you go.
Yes, it is.
I've got this.
You have indeed, mate.
Trust in the sellout. It's all good.
Carry on, then.
Wow, you're going to throw me under the bus like that. Do you want to do the outro? There you go. You can become the host now. You got this.
Take
it away.
There's no broadcast. I mean, I'm leaving.
You don't even know what's going on,
yeah,
do you?
I don't even know what's going on. You're here Saturday, right?
Tell you what, folks.
I'm not here tomorrow.
We actually don't know what game is happening on Saturday, of course. There is only one more stream left for the ESL B stream. That will come on Saturday. There's such an incredible amount of matches going on. I think there's like 12 games going on throughout that night.
Tell me, mate. I'm off in London.
He's having a great time in London, but I'll be here. I'll be joined by John Allen, of course, the man himself. We're taking you through all of Saturday's games. But until then, make sure to come back tomorrow for the main stream for more ESL Pro League action. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you Saturday.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.